Okay, so today we're gonna like jump right in and talk about something that everyone has experience with, family and relationships, right?
Right.
So we've got some really cool foundational material that breaks down the essential vocabulary for talking about, our families and who they are, how to describe them, the types of questions that, come up when we have conversations about family.
Mm.
So think of this as like a fast track to understanding, family related language. Our
Exactly. Yep.
mission today, we want to take out like the most practical and usable information and give you a really quick path to feeling comfortable, using these concepts.
Right.
We're going to cover the need to know words, how to make those simple sentences, and, everyday questions that you're probably going to come across.
It's so interesting how the idea of family is like universal across every culture, but then the way that we talk about it can be just a little different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's those little differences that can be super important.
Yeah.
This deep dive is all about giving you a solid starting point so you can navigate those conversations.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the building blocks. Family vocabulary.
Okay.
Our sources categorize this into two groups. Immediate and extended family.
Got it.
For your immediate family, like your closest circle, we've got father or dad, mother or mom, brother, sister, and then like the terms for the whole group. Parents for mom and dad's son, for a male child, daughter for a female child.
Right.
I mean, this seems pretty universal, right?
Yeah, for the most part, these terms are like the core of how we identify our closest relatives.
Yeah.
It's the center, and everything else kind of branches out from there.
Makes sense. So then we move out to the extended family.
Exactly.
This includes grandfather a lot of times, grandpa, grandmother, or grandma, uncle, who is usually like the brother of a parent, or the husband of your aunt, usually a sister of your parent, or the wife of your uncle, and cousin, which is the child of your aunt or uncle. You can like visualize it as like branches coming out from the main trunk of the tree.
I like that visual.
Yeah.
And getting these basic terms down helps us talk about those wider family connections and like the whole family structure.
Right.
Like knowing what an uncle is
Yeah.
can then lead to talking about how different cultures might like put a lot of emphasis on the role of uncles.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know the words now, but how do we actually use them, to talk about our own family?
Yeah, how do you put it all together?
Exactly. Well, our material gives us some really helpful examples of like basic sentences.
Okay, perfect.
Like you might say, I have two brothers and one sister.
Yeah.
Or my father is a doctor and my mother is a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Other common phrases are my family is very big or my family is small.
Right.
And to give some context, you could say, I live with my parents in city name.
Yeah.
This kind of makes you think about how you would describe your own family using these simple structures.
Absolutely. I mean, these sentences are simple, but they give like the fundamental information about someone's family and where they live.
Yeah.
It's like a starting point for understanding their daily life.
Right. And, when you have conversations about family, there are certain questions that always seem to come up.
Yeah. What are those go-to questions?
Well, our sources highlight a few of the most common ones.
Okay.
First, do you have any siblings?
Right.
Usual answers are, yes, I have a brother and a sister, or no, I am an only child.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that you hear all the time is, how many people are in your family? And then you might hear someone respond, there are 5 people in my family.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that these first few questions tend to focus on like the size of the family and who is in that immediate group.
Exactly. It's how people start to get a sense of someone's background,
Yeah, for
their family context. Then we move on to questions about what family members do. What does your father, mother do? You might hear answers like, my father is a businessman, or my mother is a housewife.
And finally, there are questions about age and, the order that people were born in. Who is the youngest, oldest in your family? Which could lead to answers like, my younger brother is the youngest, or my grandfather is the oldest.
Yeah.
These types of questions help us get a more complete picture of the family structure across different generations.
What's really cool is how these like simple and direct questions can actually tell us about things like family roles and even like potential responsibilities within a family.
That is super interesting.
Right.
So we've covered a lot in this quick deep dive.
Yeah, we have.
The essential vocabulary for both immediate and extended family. We looked at how to make basic descriptive sentences. And we went through some of the most common questions that you'll probably hear along with some typical answers.
It's a great foundation.
Right. This gives you the tools you need to have those family-related conversations.
And I want you to think about this. How might The way we emphasize different family members or the typical questions we ask reflect deeper cultural
Oh,
values.
yeah.
That's something really interesting to explore, you
It
know?
really is. It makes you think about how those cultural differences can shape the way we ask about and talk about our families.
Absolutely.
Definitely something to think about beyond our time here today.
For sure.
Okay.
Great deep dive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see everyone next time.
So yeah.